Hello everybody. This is Grace here. Good morning and happy Friday. It is time to work on the little gift bag junk journal, which has been really fun. We've been working on this since I think the end of January is when we started. And I took you from this was a gift bag that my son got that he had torn. And I usually keep gift bags and use them over again if possible. I'm going to show you the gusset in the middle of this thing. Here is that gusset that would normally be open. I glued it closed. You can see this, the way that I created this, if you go to the playlist, and I'll give you the link to that, the playlist, so you can easily get to it. But if you go to the playlist, you can watch this thing from start to finish. We are currently on part 14. So there are 14 very short videos. The first two are probably longer because it took, you know, it's a little bit of effort to get this together. It's not hard. It just takes a little time. And then after the first two videos in the series, we start adding daily junk, daily ephemera to this book. So here's where we are. We've been adding quite a bit. It's been very exciting. We're here. And so we're going to add. Now, this is my junk. This is the stuff that has been collected over the last week, really. It's a lot of it. It's actually surprising. I want this. I've never taken this before. Just started taking it a couple of days ago. And the first night, it didn't do a darn thing for me. But the second night, I felt like I did get a longer episode of sleep without pain, so that was good. So I'm going to keep this. We're going to put it in here because it's kind of, I've never taken this before. I've never had a reason to, although, you know, like a lot of people, I deal with sleepless nights. I was never even tempted to take something to help me sleep. So this was a big deal that I started taking it. I want to put it in there. Okay, UND Admitted Student Day. This was the brochure that we got when we got there. This was the email that we got as our confirmation. And you can see it even has our parking permit on it. So I don't know how I'm going to work that in there, but I'd like to. Banana chips. This, now that I'm on the elimination diet, this has become kind of a staple in my diet. I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. It's not so big. But you can see the bananas right there. This, I would like to put this in there. I love food packaging for some wild reason. I really do. So we got that. We got the Dexcom packaging. My husband just switched to a new system for managing his diabetes, and the Dexcom is part of it. I want to put that in there. I've got my church bulletin. I don't think I've put this in here yet. So I thought it was fitting that we go every Sunday to church. So I thought it would be fitting. I'm not going to put this whole thing in there, obviously. It's pretty big. However, I think I'll go with this top portion, if I can fit it somewhere. Let's cut it here. This is one of those things, I get one every single week. So if I cut it down and I'm not thrilled with the way it's looking, I could always get a different one next week. Let's cut this down. Oh, we're going to go a little tighter. This daily junk, this is stuff I just keep. It's kind of like a window into our days at this point in our life. It's like a little keepsake journal of all the things going on in our world, in our life as a family. So I don't know. Now I got to figure out how I want to put this stuff in here. These are pretty easy. In fact, I was thinking I could glue this down just here where the little zip tie thing is, or the closure. And then this could be kind of a flap. It doesn't have to all be secured down. And then maybe I could put under here. Yeah, that fits in there. These two, and then I'd have a little place to write. Okay, that works. So then I think all I have left is the UND Admitted Student Day, which I'm not going to get all of that in there, but I think I'll do this and then flip the page and do Oh, perfect. It's green too, which is the UND color. So we'll do that. I actually don't put a ton of thought. You can see every week when I've been doing this, it takes about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes to do each. Let's see if I need to cut that down further. It takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to do each one of these weekly spreads. And I only work in this book with you guys every Friday. So I'm not, after the book is together, I'm really not putting a lot of time and energy and effort into the book. It doesn't take a lot to put entries into it, I guess is what I'm saying. I've been very comfortable with once a week, 10-minute entries in this book, and it's coming together beautifully. I love this book so much. I love that it's a collection of the things of our lives right now. I keep a lot of stuff anyway. I wouldn't normally keep a banana chip bag, but I think food packaging is really fun to look at. It's always so bright. In fact, I have lots of candy wrappers in my bin for this project. I'm hoping this silicone glue is going to hold this down well enough. I'm going to clip it, I think, in a couple of spots just to hold it down while I'm working on other things. If that doesn't work, I can staple it on. It's super shiny, and it had all those ridges where the zip closure was. So I don't know if those ridges are holding the glue, if it kind of seeped in there and it's stuck in there. Okay, while that's stuck for a minute, let's do this over on this side. Yeah, so I don't think that doing it once a week is very overwhelming. And if making the book itself, if you've not done a book and you're not interested in creating the book itself, you could easily purchase a journal with blank pages or lined pages or a dot journal or a composition notebook or anything. You could purchase anything. You could do a binder and just do 3 whole punched pages, cardstock, and glue them into a binder, and then use those pages to add your daily ephemera if this is something that interests you. Because I'm such a keeper. I mean, I keep receipts, I keep movie stubs, tickets, I keep napkins if I think they're cute. I'm a keeper, I keep things. If you're like that, you may enjoy the whole process of putting this together. And I'll do another quick flip through for the benefit of anybody who hasn't been here for very long, so you can see some of the pages and how they've come together. They're just really bright and fun. I have been incorporating photos into my book with my, I started with my Pulley printer, which is a thermal printer, and then started looking into a color printer, and now I have a sublimation printer, a mini one, and I'll show you some of those photos in here. They're a great size for this kind of book. And it's a great way to get photos off my phone and into a journal. I'm gonna put this on this side actually. Am I? Or underneath? Where do I want it? I think I'll stick it out a little bit so it's kind of curious, right? Like what's under there? Okay, and then the Advil pan. Use any glue you want. I'm finding if you use the thermal printer, that glues like this, liquid glues, tend to mess with the print of those thermal printer photos or images or graphics. All right, that's kind of cool. Okay, I can write here, but I'm going to leave this more time to dry while I figure out positioning for this stuff. I love how bright and beautiful this. I love the little Firebird. Is that what it is? Oh my gosh, Fighting Hawk. It's the Firebirds in Devil's Lake. That's the high school. The college is, what is it called, you guys? What's the mascot? Somebody correct me. Somebody from North Dakota correct me. I think Fighting Hawk, am I right? Used to be the Sioux. They had to change their name, so now I can't think of what it is. It's a little embarrassing, actually. I think I'm just going to cut. I don't need, you know, the parking stuff. I think I'm just going to cut this top part off. Throw that out. This is like, okay, here's the little email that we got. Confirming our attendance at UND Admitted Student Day. Maybe that's all I need. I love him, though. I'm just thinking, would it be in here anywhere? The hawk, it's a scan the hawk for more details. I think it's a fighting hawk. That's what they call it. I don't know, I kind of would like to have all of this. I'm kind of a sentimental fool in that regard. It's not folded nicely. I'm going to fold it nicely. When it's something like this that is the same size as a regular piece of paper, I can fold it in half and then attach it to one of these half pages. We've done that a couple of times, I think. Let's see if we can find one. There's your little flip through here. The prom program, I glued it, that's 8.5 by 11 folded in half was the program. And I glued it down in a way that made it a pocket so that I have another entire program right here. So this is a pocket to hold the entire program because I covered up parts of the program. I put a picture of my son and his girlfriend, you know, pictures that they've taken, picture of the after prom party, picture of him. He had just picked up the flowers and I thought that was adorable in our backyard. So I used this and then here they are, the announcement of Maddie, escorted by Landon. So I wanted to keep the whole thing and see how you just glue it down and it's, if you go with the same size, that's a really nice option to have when you have things that are 8.5 by 11, fold it in half and then you can actually attach it to your book and still have it. Okay, my thing is though, I do like to keep it so that you can open it and look at it. So I only have one of these. So I can't glue this down and then do the pocket thing. I only have one. I think what I'm gonna do, you guys, this is incredibly simple. I'm going to just clip it in. I'm going to just clip it in. I have one of these big green clips. This is how I'm gonna keep this in here. So we can look at it anytime we want to. And then what I think I'll do, I can salvage this for something else can go on that page, but I'm just gonna glue this here. So when we take this out, we still have that there. Easy breezy, right? You can get decorative with this stuff. I'm not terribly decorative. I'm not doing borders. I'm not, cutting the corners so that they have rounded edges. I'm not using a pinking shears to get, you can do all of that if you want. You can add trim, you can add all kinds of decorative, pretty elements, stickers, and I just haven't been doing that. And for me, it works really well. I feel like it's still really decorative and pretty because of all the color in here. The papers that I chose are all, I did solid cardstock and then double-sided decorative cardstock. So every other page is solid. And then it just gave some really bright, vibrant colors for a backdrop. So I don't feel a huge need, because we have these decorative papers, I don't feel a huge need to put a lot of stickers and stuff in. But if you decide to do this, you can see, I did add ribbon here and here. You can do as much elaborating, decorating as you want, but that's it. This week's pages are done. I'm gonna do a little sneak peek and see if this is really sticking. It's not sticking great. I have a feeling it has something to do with all that ridging in the zip tie. So to really keep it in place, I think I'm gonna just throw some staples in it. They're blue. I have colored ones. Right now I have blue in there. All right. Oh, I'm going to do a little writing. Keep in mind, whenever I'm doing this with you guys, they generally take me about 10 to 15 minutes to do, but I always point out, I'm also chatting with you guys quite a bit while I'm doing it. Presumably when you're home, you're kind of concentrated doing it on your own. You're not trying to talk anybody through it. So it would probably even take you less time. April 2024, first time using, and I'm just going to do a little arrow. Chris switched diabetes management and got a Dexcom. This is a big deal. He's been trying to get he has wanted the Dexcom sugar meter for a long time, and he kept getting denied by our insurance. But he had some major changes to his blood sugar levels, and his A1C hasn't changed at all. even though his numbers were really low. So we're trying a different system for him to manage his diabetes, and the Dexcom is part of it. So he's thrilled. He's actually quite thrilled because he has constant feedback on what his blood sugar levels are. All right. So I wanted to get that in there. Oh, the banana chips. I could write a little something about the banana chips. I'm just going to do it here. Banana chips daily. For me, I eat them every day. Part of AIP elimination diet. All right, there we go. Banana chips. They're my favorite right now. What do you think? What do you think? I'd love to hear from you. If you are first time catching this video, please, like I said, or even if you're not first time, if you haven't gone back to catch the whole playlist, I would invite you to do that. I'm going to give you, like I said, I'll give you the link to that up in the top corner of this video at the end. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. You have time, or you make time, you gift yourself some time to make something pretty that brings your heart joy. You guys have a blessed weekend.